You know what I want to do now, if Gaurav, you can accompany me back to the screen. Let's try and put into context what everyone is saying about why it is so difficult to pull off a coup in India. You know, in Rawalpindi, there's one brigade that pulls off all the coups that have happened in Pakistan's history. Gaurav, explain to our viewers the difference between India and Pakistan and why a coup is almost impossible and definitely not in the way that the government was thinking.
In India and Pakistan, the two countries are poles apart. Why you can't have a coup in India? Well, Pakistan, it's a homogeneous army, by and large Punjabis. The chief is a Punjabi predominantly, and so is the army. So majority from Punjab, you can have a coup. They line up behind the chief. India, heterogeneous army, troops come from across the country. That's one reason. Another reason, the corps commanders report directly to the Pakistan army chief in Pakistan. In India, the corps commanders report to the army commanders. The army commanders then report to the army chief. So for the army chief to have a coup, he'd have to influence a lot more people. The army chief is not first amongst equals. He has unprecedented powers in Pakistan. Not the same in India. The chief of the army staff is just first amongst equals. Army commanders have direct access to the Raksha Mantri should the need arise. So the army chief cannot order the army commanders do this and they'll automatically do that. They question him. General Malik is on our show. He's been the army chief. In Pakistan, the Navy and the Air Force chief are subservient to the chief of the army staff. In India, the Navy and the Air Force chiefs are as powerful as the army chief on several issues. They don't see eye to eye. So clearly, also in Pakistan, the bureaucracy is subservient to the army. That is not the case in India. On the contrary, the bureaucracy is superior to the army.
Has written articles on this. What are you making, sir, of the new details that are being put out into the public domain about the manner in which the government got spooked?
I just want to make 4 quick points. Sir. Point number 1. I dare say it's not only the government, the civil servants, the intelligence, but also the army officers themselves who got spooked. For example, I don't want to name the officer on the show, on your show, who's speaking of what the army chief and the army was required to do is explain, like you've done on your graphic, why even if an army chief desires, a coup is not possible in this country. That's point number 1. Now, in addition to the points that you made, let me add one more point here. And the point is that the army chief in Pakistan controls the nuclear weapons and missile. That is his power base. So therefore, even if General V.K. Singh or anybody else desires a coup, it is not possible. Now, this is sheer ignorance across the board that has scooped all these people, including a lot of army, because army officers who did not explain all this to the public, including the media. My second point is on the chain of command. Second point is that if the defense secretary summons the DGMO, does he not know that the DGMO will first take the permission of the army chief and then go and meet up with the defense secretary? Which shows that there are actually no civil military relations in this country. So all this talk about that at that time they were fragile or they were non-existent, I do not believe. Very briefly, civil military relation means the political leadership directly talking to the military leadership. In our country, it does not happen on a regular basis. It is always through the bureaucrat. So basically, they do not exist at all. Now, my third point is, this is precisely the reason to make them there, the civil military relations. See, this is very important point. Why we need to change our higher defense organization. Quickly, we saw 26/11. We saw where Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, on the 3rd day itself, he met the Chiefs of Staff Committee. We saw when the Chinese came in northern Ladakh in April, May, according to the media reports, it's only on the 2nd week that the Prime Minister met up with the army chief. The requirement is very simple. If in all this gathering that you're showing here on your screen, if there was one military man sitting there, it would have made all the difference.
Absolutely.